Patients battle stress, fear, loneliness, and all sorts of emotions in hospitals. With medical clowning, our attempt is to ease them a bit and make them smile a little and a little more. Trust me, smiling helps.
She fell, she fought, and in the end, she emerged victorious. This is the woman of today, and she is made of steel. Come and watch how she slays.
Hi, I'm Sheetal Agarwal, founder of Clownselors Foundation, which is a volunteer-based organization practicing medical clowning. And today I'm on HealthShots talking about medical clowning and its health benefits. Medical clowning is a simple therapy wherein people dress up as clowns and visit hospital spaces to cheer up patients. So the concept is that no hospital bed should deny a person their right to be happy or their right to play. And when a person is happy, then it helps in the healing process as well, because happy hormones are released. Then obviously his healing process would become better. Similarly, with somebody who is having behavioral issues or is not talking to anybody, once they start interacting and start having their medicines on time, that really helps in the healing process. So, of course, medical clowning, if we talk about it, what we say is we spread smiles and we make people happy. But the larger context is that helps in the healing process. I came across medical clowning in January 2016 when I was at a Move by Love retreat in Ahmedabad, and a girl named Dhara introduced herself as a medical clown. So for me, it was a very strange thing कि medical के साथ clown क्यों जोड़ रहे हैं? Like I've grown up watching a lot of circus, but हमारे यहाँ तो street clowns या performer clowns बहुत कम concepts हैं around clown. So I went up and Google searched and I came across what medical clowning is and how beautiful this is. And for me, it was much more beautiful because smiling was always my defense. I used to be a big time introvert. I'm the youngest in the family. So I couldn't talk to a lot of people. If there were about 5-6 people, I would just keep smiling. Even if they ask me a question, I'll just smile and say one word answers. So for me, it was more like giving purpose to a simple act of smile. And that's when I contacted Dhara again. I was in Delhi and she was from Baroda. So I asked her, how do I do this? I really want to participate and have an experience of this medical clowning. But fortunately, there was nobody doing this in Delhi. There have been many experiences. Like if we talk about just the first experience of clowning, for me, it was just that we are making people happy. But there were parents who started crying because they saw their child smile after many weeks. And there was a parent who said that now our child will be fine because he's eating. So simple things like these. And then after, I guess, 6-7 months, we were told by the doctors that doses of anesthesia were being reduced for children who were exposed to clowning pre-operation as compared to children who were not exposed to clowning. So that was a big thing because that we could see a quantifiable data, and which was of course coming from the doctors. Then they had started saying, go to the NICU also, neonatal intensive care unit, where of course it's not for the children but for the parents it's really important. Those mothers are crying all day. So just for 5 minutes, if you interact with them, it will make a difference. So for me, all these things that was coming from doctors were reassuring because I could see that they can see a difference. And of course, there have been so many experiences wherein I felt that maybe, of course, clowning is not the healing mechanism, that it can't heal people, but it can definitely heal. So there was once when I was clowning, there was a comatose girl and we didn't know how to clown with her. So and Clownselors is a volunteer organization, so we have different volunteers. And this mother and daughter used to be there. We were seeing them week after weeks, but we couldn't do much with the daughter, but we were interacting with the mother. So one fine day she said that, why don't you do something for my daughter? I'm sure she'll react. And that time we were taken aback that how do we do it, like for a comatose person. And me and another volunteer, Tushar, we started interacting. And we just started saying things, singing, doing things. And one of her fingers just moved. It was a slight movement. But her mother was just so sure that she would react. And then week after week, we started playing with her, doing things. And after a few weeks, she did heal. Mostly when we approach people, even when we are clowning for adults, we are told that go to the children's ward, or why are you doing this for us? So there is always this barrier. When we approach hospitals, interestingly, they are interested. And most of them have never heard of it. But yes, with corporates and office spaces, we've been facing a challenge of vocabulary. We'll have to change the term medical clowning to something else. Because the moment they read clowning, they feel that it is all rubbish, why do we need this, and things like that. So we'll have to think of some terms which can be used instead of clowning. So when we say laughter is the best medicine, and I think we've all grown up hearing this, so we don't really think that there could be a scientific reason. We just feel that it's about happy hormones and stuff. But this is for real. There has been a lot of scientific research that has been done, wherein they felt that when a person is happy, and even if it is an induced laughter, or even if it is an artificial laughter, so it's like tricking your brain. And the moment you start smiling or laughing, even if it is enforced, happy hormones get released. So endorphins, serotonin, which have healing properties. So the more these hormones secretes, the better there are chances of healing, or in fact, staying healthy. So for example, when we laugh, our oxygenation process gets better. I spoke to many doctors that this is required. Mostly people are dying because they're in isolation. They can't meet anybody. So let us go and just cheer them up. Just for them to know that there's somebody who cares would help them heal better. But nobody allowed us. It was only Meghalaya government who invited us during COVID, second wave, and we went to one of the hospital's COVID wards. And it did change for their patients. So they felt really happy, and there was a lady who was like, I can't laugh more now. Like I'm having stomach ache and things like that. It's good that you call it work, because there's also this whole understanding of people that whenever you make somebody laugh, then it can't be work and it is charity. While this is profession for me, I quit teaching and got into medical clowning. And this is profession. Of course, I love doing it. And if we look at all over the world, medical clowning is considered work. So it's good that you're calling it work. But when I decided to quit teaching, of course, mostly people told me, especially friends, told me that this is the stupidest thing that you could do. Why can't you just keep it as a weekend activity? You are doing it and you're happy doing it. Then why do you want to leave a lucrative career and a career that people really admire and things like that, and something that I also loved doing? And they felt that it was very stupid to quit for something which is not even acceptable in the society. It will take many, many years for it to really get recognized as a profession. And but thankfully, my parents were super supportive. In fact, my father just said one thing that, you're most welcome to do what you want to do, but don't let it become an ego issue that tomorrow, if you don't want to continue this, you feel that you're bored or it's not really making a difference, or you want to get back to teaching or do something else. Be open to that and don't listen to people, or don't be like, oh, I have to prove because at that point I had quit. So for me, I think my family has been the biggest support. In fact, my mother also has volunteered with us. And even when I come back to Haryana, Hisar, we go to old age homes and we go there, clown. All my family members go. My niece and nephew clown with me. And now, if of course things have changed, my friends have also been very supportive. And so, of course, there was a mix. Some were like that, yeah, if you want to do this, do it, and we'll support you in whatever way possible. But mostly it was like, it's a very stupid thing to do. And a lot of people still tell me this. Acknowledging how am I feeling and what triggers me was not a part of my life. Or it was like, yeah, theek hai, ho raha hai, I'm feeling this and it's okay. But now I think I'm much more aware of firstly, of course, how am I feeling and how can I handle it, or do I need help? And about clowning, yes, for a long time I didn't even realize that it is having some impact in my subconscious, because I was doing clowning, I was going for teaching. But when I started doing it full time, I realized there's so much that gets registered on the subconscious, and it starts showing on the body as well. I start feeling really exhausted. So I had kept one day for a complete relaxation. So I would just not think about clowning, not do anything around clowning, and relax, do things which I really enjoy doing, talk to people, go out, things like that. So yes, mental cleansing for us clowns or any kind of healer is as important as going out and clowning. Of course, the first one would be smile. Don't forget to smile, no matter, even if it comes from artificial to natural, it's fine. So just smile. Second, of course, eat well. And third, at least do something for 5 minutes that you enjoy. So even if it is just listening to music, watching something, reading something, talking to someone you love, but investing at least 5 minutes in doing something that you love. Fourth would be taking care of your mental health as well. So when you're suffering, just acknowledging how are you feeling mentally and emotionally. And then lastly, if you feel that there is something going on, then do seek help for that as well. And don't just be dependent on doctors like physicians, but also consider going to somebody who is qualified enough to cater to your mental needs as well. Thank you.